Just gonna open up my other art fight thingy. There we go. Let me just also take off all of these super cool layers. I can just add those on gradually and make it look super cool super fast. I might do some touch-ups on that. DXA, hello, how are you? I am gonna be drawing. So, hey Cynthia, hi Joy! Y'all are here, hi! So, confession, I meant to stream at 10 o'clock, but two things happened. One, I went to go talk with a bunch of friends in the Project Illuminate server. So I kind of got distracted because we got into a pretty cool discussion about things that normally you shouldn't talk about on stream because they're rather controversial, but I'm just gonna say I have a lot of faith in this generation if everybody in this generation is a little bit like the people in Project Illuminate. So I'll say that. 7 away from 200. Oh shoot! Hi circuit. You know what that means, guys? I gotta plan something cool. If anybody has any suggestions for something I should do right now, I have two things planned. One would kind of be like a, what do you call it? Kind of like a game night, an interactive game night. Essentially, I wanted to set up a bunch of games to help you guys kind of maybe get to know me a little bit better than just what I say on stream usually. Because I do say a lot on stream, don't get me wrong, but halfway, maybe test knowledge. Halfway, maybe teach you, cool things that I can do that might be cool to watch. Anyway, that's one idea. And then the other idea, which hopefully, for the other crowd, might be more interesting, a community Kishi craft contest. Anything not traditional art, whether it be cooking, scrapbooking, embroidery, something that's not just, pencil paper or digital brush and digital canvas. Something unique. Just, I don't know how many prizes I'd be able to award for it, but I'm thinking some kind of cash prize for a top community-liked project of some sort of thing like that. I still need to compile the rules for that. I have been super duper busy. I am working 2 jobs, one part-time, the other kind of part-time. Nah, it's kind of full-time. Anyway. So I have been pretty occupied, and literally, y'all know I do not rest. Every waking moment, I am working on VTubing stuff. Or something. So, there's that. But, I think it'd be cool. And to celebrate 200 followers, I couldn't think of something better to do, unless somebody has a suggestion, which I'm in the mind to entertain. Cooking? Yeah, if you so desire. Don't know for work. I'm trying my best to make sure I get enough rest and I treat myself right. But there is so much I want to do and so little time that it's just hard to fit in everything I want to do. And I forgot to post the tweet. Let me do that real quick. It's just so hard to figure out how to manage everything at the same time. I wish I had, multiple me's. Because that would be great. Although, I do know all the paradoxes that that have been, foreseen with having multiple people. doing the same thing, but you know what? I'm willing to risk it. Where's the clone machine? So anyway, my day was pretty cool. I got to do graphic design work. So essentially what I do at work is I wait for emails, and the emails tell me what to do, whether it's coming up with a little blurb for social media, coming up with talking points for like a public speech thingy, I think, and then also just making flyers for different events. I have to do that kind of thing, and I really enjoy it. And in the downtime of working on said events, if I don't have any emails or anything to do, then I work on art or typing things for contests or updating panels or websites or the 15 other things that I need to do. But yeah, I really have to get more on top of my sleep schedule. I'm only planning to stay on till about 1 o'clock tonight. That way I will get 6 hours of sleep, maybe 7 hours of sleep if I can get ready really fast. I gotta pick out my my clothes beforehand. Might just stick to sketches or 100% not 100% finished stuff. When I get to everyone, yeah, it's okay. So actually, a tip for everybody, I thought this was gonna take forever. I have been stuck on the line art circuit for your piece for the longest time, but I did something special today. I don't want to say discovered because I kind of knew about it, but I have rediscovered the magic of vector lines. Instead of spending my time individually editing each section of the line, I just converted from raster to vector, simplified, got rid of as many excess points as possible, and have the line art just nice and tidy and ready to go. And I can edit any point on it to make it look better. So if a line doesn't quite fall where I'd like it to, I can change it. I can warp entire sections of the canvas. So it's really cool. And I didn't want to try it on Circuit's piece at first because I was a little scared to. I didn't want to mess it up what I had so far. So I looked at the other attacks that I'd gotten, and I was like, you know what, let me pick a simple one. I'm gonna pick a simple pose. It wasn't simple, it had foreshortening and stuff, it was really hard, actually. I'm so glad I used a model reference. Anyway, it turned out really good, and I'm actually gonna show you guys. I have it on my other canvas, but first things first, I will show the vectorized circuit right here. I'm also gonna take a sip of iced tea, because I know we're in an ad break right now, so I might as well. Anyway, the posters today were like I liked doing them because I'm working on Canva, and Canva has a bunch of like preset images, so I don't really need to draw anything myself. I can just quickly search for ones that I want and stick them in there. Easy peasy. But besides talking with some PI peeps, I swear that's not the only thing I was occupied with, because of course I'm never working on one thing at a time. I'm all over the place. I was also working on trying to get this app called Warudo set up, and I will be posting about it soon as I can get it working relatively smoothly. I might be on Discord after stream if I'm feeling hype enough, because I don't know if this iced tea is caffeinated or not. And trying to get it working. Warudo is another face tracking, and I'm gonna go here actually. Warudo is another face tracking app, but it's not just a face tracking app. It can do full body tracking. It can do hand tracking. Unlike VMagic Mirror, not to diss VMagic Mirror, because I absolutely love. I need to connect my tablet. I absolutely love the whole keyboard input and stuff like that, and the fact that you don't even have to have a mic or not a mic. You don't even need a mic or a face cam to have it do things. You can do text to speech, and you can have just the keyboard input and the mouse input. It's got a lot of different features you can do. But what's so cool about Warudo, and Circuit, you sent the link in the staff chat, and I have watched this trailer for this app so many times because it's literally what's getting me through trying to get an understanding of how nodes work. Essentially, the whole system of Warudo is based off of nodes. So in order to make things happen, so like for instance, there's a little heart hologram redeem that you guys can try out. When I do my testing session, I'll probably do a testing session with the rewards at really low prices, so you guys can constantly throw stuff, because A, that's fun for you, and B, I can see how things look, because it also updates in real time, which is so cool. But I'll be testing that out, and in order to change things, I need to edit things in the nodes and change the way the threads go, and it is 100% definitely coding. I have a very basic understanding of how coding works. I took maybe 2 Scratch classes, and that is it. And I don't know. Hi, Rio! Welcome, Rio. You saw it? Oh my gosh. Okay, so far, I have gotten Twitch integrations to work, so Rio was there in the Discord, as well as, I think Bonaparte, and 2 other people? I forgot. I'm so sorry. But, there's a couple people who came in to test out the items. So I got, Water Blast working, that's got these little, heart stickers, throwing things at me, which Vel was very thrilled about that one. Stream talk, I posted the whole list. I had over 207 notifications in my, request queue. Just keeping track of how many times things were thrown at me. But then I also, found a way to do roses, although the roses are 2D, so I'm gonna have to go online and look for a 3D asset, because, I need 3D. I love complicating things and making things way harder than they need to be, because actually, in the end, it looks so cool, and then I'm satisfied, and I'm very proud of myself, but, of course, I got complicated, right? Alright, so I'm gonna get into drawing. So, you'll notice Circuit looks a little different than before. I'm gonna quickly actually put all of this in a folder, so I can toggle between how it looks now as opposed to how it looked before. So last stream, I believe, if I can find it, this is the vector stuff, so I'm gonna rename this vector. Where is my original line art? Folder here somewhere. No? Oh, it's in this folder. Never mind, I gotta put this all over here. Oh, never mind. Put it back! I'm getting confused. Okay, so that's all that folder. Yep, that's that. Now, where is all of my line art? I think it's in here. Yes, it's here. Okay, I found it! Okay. So, I have this. And then if I put this thing, this thing in the bottom of the vector folder, then I can just toggle that, and then it'll be nice and easy to see. That one. Yep. Okay. So, this is now, and this is before. After. Before. After. Now you can see that there's a lot of messiness, there's dust, there's just erasure marks, and now it's nice and clean looking. It's also brighter, that's visibility. And one of the cool things is that all of this, if I go into one of these layers, you can see, let's see, oh, that's a hidden layer. There's all of these little dots. Can you see them? Thank you, Joy. Can you see the little dots? Finishing projects, yay! These are the vector lines, and essentially what I can do with the vector lines, right here. I have been working on this part. I don't know how to get it to look right. Thank you, Joy. I have not been able to get to look right. But the crazy thing about the vector lines is I can just adjust it to how I want it. Ooh, wait, that looks nice. I didn't consider that before. Let me try that. That? No, it needs to be like... And then that, maybe? One more character design project. And then the lore building. Yes! Yes, the lore building! I can't wait to read. Yeah, exactly, Rio. It's essentially a skeleton. Now, when you go from raster to vector, it is not a smooth process. For instance, let me draw a little happy face for you guys. Okay, wait. What should I draw? Give me something to draw really quick, just like a super simple sketch. Let me make a new vector layer, or a raster layer, so you can see the conversion. What happens when you go from raster to vector? Anybody real quick? What should I draw? Just gonna draw a small thing in the corner. I'm gonna take another sip of iced tea, because I love this iced tea. A duck? I should have expected nothing else. A duck it is! I had a bird drawing phase. At some point, oh, it's orange. At some point in my middle school years. Oh, it's an ugly neck. Okay. So I can actually draw ducks pretty well. Oh my gosh, the big screen. Oh, the big screen is gonna screw me up. Okay. Yeah, I'm still getting used to working on the big screen. Nope, that does not look good, feather. I don't like how this pen pressure is. That's better. Not really. Anyway. That. And then the feet. That's too long! It's gonna be flat. Yeah. Oh. And then the eye here. There we go. That looks too flat. Okay. So anyway, you get the gist. It's a duck. And you can see the lines are maybe not exactly the most nice. But anyway, I want to make the duck look even nicer, right? Maybe move it over because we can see that it's kind of on the edge of the canvas. So what I'm going to do is, I don't think you guys can see this often, but if I do convert layer, where is it? Yeah, it's not showing up on the stream. So I go to layer settings, no, selection from layer now. Convert layer, it's going to open up this little menu, and essentially I can say, turn it into a vector layer. Say, okay. And you can see what happened when I turned it into a vector layer. Now I'm gonna go over here and change the color back to a nice color. I'm gonna take the color I currently have on Sir because it's nice to see, it's easy to see. But you see, the first thing that happened is it got all pixelated. That's because the anti-aliasing turned off, so I have to turn that back on. So I'm gonna go to my settings real quick. Anti-aliasing, make sure that's invisible. So you guys can see that on my menu now. And essentially right now it's on none. You guys can't see my mouse, I don't think. Let me see if I can change that capture real quick. But anyway, you can see that there's 4 different modes. None, weak, medium, and strong. So essentially what anti-aliasing is, for those of you who don't know, is the amount of kind of blur, almost, on a line. If you're trying to do pixel art, you want nearly no anti-aliasing. Probably none at all. Let me find out this window capture. Just give me a second to change this, guys. Capture cursor is on, so it's probably just really small. I'm sorry, guys. OBS is kind of mean in that it doesn't want to show my super big, super cute cursor that I worked really hard on. But anyway. So, can you even see it? Where is it? I don't, oh, okay, never mind. No, I just can't see it on the screen. Anyway, oh, that makes things rough, but okay. So anyway, I'm gonna select strong here, and you can see the immediate difference, but I'll go slowly. Alright, so, first things first, y'all remember how nice the vector lines looked over here? How they're nice and smooth? We're gonna go over to the duck and take a look at the duck. You see these? There's like ones over here, and there's a whole separate line, and they're all over the place. Look at what happened to the beak! Look at what happened to the beak! it messes with it a lot, and essentially what you have to do is I go to delete points, and wherever I see, you see this mess here? Oh, plus. Essentially, you just go in and look at where the furthest one out is. And every so often you want to leave one, like at critical points. But generally, the more you're able to get rid of, the better it's gonna look. So, like, just touching up on all of this. And if I mess up, if I accidentally flatten the poor guy's head, then the anti-aliasing broke the beak. I don't think it was the anti-aliasing, I think it was the vectorization. It looks relatively okay in this sketch, but yeah, it kind of broke. Ah! No! Stop being so sensitive. Okay. Let's connect vector lines, so whenever a line needs to be put together with another one, I kind of just put that and I connect it. Easy peasy. So like here, you see these two lines are separate. First thing I'll do is I will move it over like this, and then I go up to my connect vector line, and then just go like that, and it will connect them. So point, delete, because there's going to be two of them really close to each other now, and delete the extras. So essentially this is the process of making vector lines nicer. And essentially, Circuit's entire piece was like how the duck is. So it took me a while to get things working as they should, but now it's working. So I'm going to say goodbye to the little duck. Actually, let me show you the pinch vector line first. So essentially, if I don't like the way things look, I can also... I'm on the right layer. I'm on the right layer, so there we go. I can grab vector lines and smooth them around. So if I want the wing to be bigger, I can kind of move it out like this. And I just like them because it makes it working in it a lot easier. Like, maybe the duck... I mean, I use a pretty nice brush, but usually I have a tendency of drawing really, really thick, so you can adjust the line width nice and easy. So if everything is too thick, like normally I'd probably draw something like this, but it probably looks better like this. Right? So, easy peasy. We love vector. Usually. Aside from that, let me show you guys what I've been working on. So, yes, all of this is vector lines. I think this is the first time any of you guys in the Hightailor circle are seeing this. This is my defense of Venus, who very kindly attacked me. I posted their work in the Hightailor circle if y'all want to see it. But I have a bunch of layers I hid. It looks much, much cooler than this. I'm gonna get started. So we have the blush layer, followed by the hair render, followed by some cloth vignette, followed by the lighting, and then the backlighting, and then all the way up on top, I have the final level of shading. So that's the final piece. And I'm very proud of it. I'm especially proud of this one part where it's like see-through-ish, and then it goes well with the rest of it. Yeah. So that's one thing I finished. And this was my experiment with the vector lines. So I'm gonna now try that with Circuit. And the thing about Circuit is, all of the color that I had previously, let me see if I can toggle that on. Like it. Turn the other one off. I gotta put this back down all the way at the bottom near the paper. Okay. And I remove color 2. Where is the other one? Still deleted it. Okay. There we go. Now I gotta find my lightning. Lightning! There we go. I think it's this one. Yeah, this one and this one. I added, like, to the tips of the fingers. Now the tips of the fingers have, like, a connection to the lightning. I really like that. So I'm gonna keep that. Oh. Control 0. There you go. And I'm not gonna be deleting the stuff behind the head, I don't think. Just because I don't want to have to keep redoing the lightning every single time. Because every time I change the lightning, I also have to redo the glow. And it's, you know? The Sith circuit. Actually, there's a little mistake here with the lightning. There's like it's probably because of the vectorization, actually. I'll finish the vectorization and then fix the tips of the fingers. But there should not be that little line there. Anywho, I have to redo the colors because I can actually find the color. Yeah. You can see it is completely off from where it used to be, so I have a lot of work to do. I've also been doing some eye study to be able to do eyes better, because I am heavily dissatisfied with the way I currently do eyes, so I've been working on trying to make that better. Yeah. Just, no, wait. Hey, wait, this is above the color, and then that one, yeah, there we go. I like my lighting effects. I love doing lighting. But anyway, this color folder is essentially useless except for I need this back design. And I'm gonna put that outside. And I'm gonna do color 2. Alright, and now I gotta edit this to work nicely. I hate working on the drawing tablet on this computer because the mapping is so strange. But I'm really trying to get better at working a drawing tablet. I love my mouse. Okay, that's set, and I think I can do a mesh transform and just move that there. And the wonderful thing about this line is I don't have to erase a thing. I'm just gonna go to my vector lines, control point, and edit. Like, deleted it. And then move like this. So it's nice and seamless. I have to make it thinner. You can also adjust the line width. Width. I always have trouble saying that word! The line width. Width. Yeah. Width. Is something you can change. So, like, especially, like, the ends of strands of hair. It's very helpful to have, like, a thin brush. Too used to trackpad. I actually got dubbed a nickname. I don't know if they're in chat right now. Probably not, but I've been dubbed the trackpad princess. I'm gonna wait a couple and see if they're here lurking, but I doubt it, so if anyone can guess who it was. And kudos to you. I don't know if you know them, though. Okay, I'm gonna do something called splitting the line. Essentially what splitting the line is, let me find the right eye. Yes, it's the right eye. Splitting the line does that, and now there's 2 separate parts instead of being connected. It's like the opposite of connect vector line, and it's a little flat at the top, so I'm gonna add that 1 point there. It's an awesome nickname. It fits. It fits. The trackpad part. Okay, so anyway, this is one of the biggest parts that I was having trouble with over here. That I was just not liking how it looked. Maybe if I, like, make it tilt down more? Maybe. Ooh, wait, this might be good. Yeah. What? Yep. Yeah, just gotta make one of those smaller. The indecision strikes. Ah! Maybe like this? Yeah. I don't like that. Is anybody listening to music right now? I actually don't have any music on right now for myself. I'm actually not probably going to stream drawing streams of music unless asked. Because I have a lot of DMCA things to worry about, and I have a feeling like if you're watching an art stream, maybe you want to work next to me. So I don't want to like interrupt your music either. But like having to mute the entire stream, maybe not the best either. I think it's too far down. It's too long now. God! Can I pull it? Pull it back. I don't like the way it's pulling it. Ah! Oh. It's so weird looking. Why is it weird looking? Oh man. It reminds you of a voice acting thing on Twitter. Ooh! Oh, are you auditioning for something, Rio? Are you? You gonna save a seat for me if there's another role? I have to. Okay. Less long, I think. Somehow. It's slightly better. Maybe if I thin out the top of it, it'll help as well. So let me adjust the line width. And then here-ish? No, wait, here? No. Kinda. Nothing like that. Copy pasta? Oh. Can you send that to me? I might want to try it. Well then, thank you, Rio! Yeah, that looks acceptable. I gotta move this one. Should I add a... I don't know if it warrants a line. That's tangent, isn't it? Ah, nah. It's so hard, there's so many things to watch out for. Okay, let me... Oh, there's opacity on it, that's why. Oh wait, let me make it this color. And go here... Where is it? And this color... Oh, you know, oh well, I'll work with it like this. No, I don't remember something like that. Never mind, go back to 71. Here. And we're just gonna drop it. Okay, and then... Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, okay. I was like, Adjust the opacity first. After, no, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, and get back to this. Now I can color drop it and not worry about the opacity. Okay, that'd be good. Now it's time to connect the vector line. I think that worked. It did not work. Whoa! Do you see this mess? Do you see this mess? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Delete. Oh my god. Here. Post the link in creative discussion. Thank you, Rio. Hopefully other content creators will be able to participate in it too. You know what? I'm gonna try actually simplify vector line. I don't like using this tool usually because it tends to make my lines super wacky. But in this case, I think it's warranted. Okay, that's much better. There. Need like 3 in this line? Maybe not even 3. Delete these. Here. Cool. And now I'm going to do switch the corner, and switch corner essentially, it's kind of like sharp versus smooth. So whenever you have a corner, you naturally kind of want to maybe to be boxy, and by default, all the lines end. At least, I don't know how many people use Clip Studio Paint, especially after it's become subscription-based, but I don't want to redraw, I want to connect. Please connect. They're not connected. Sometimes it has to look more like a circle before it will connect them. I don't know if it's connected still. It still isn't. Come on, Clip. Let's get it. Teach it? Nope, I don't think it works still. Okay. Usually at this point it's fine, so I'll just move this a little bit further like that. Still nothing? Damn, what? Does it need to be bigger? Hello? It's not connecting. Usually it connects. It's being super sensitive today. Okay. Huh. That is the wackiest thing. Maybe that's why there's an extra point. Let's try that. No. Ah, just the line. There we go. I don't understand why it's not connecting. Usually, this is so confusing. Okay. Clip's having a wacky time. You know what? I'm not dealing with this nonsense. I'm just gonna, if this doesn't work the next time I just do something, I'm gonna straight up just continue the line. But yeah, they don't want to connect. They hate each other or something? What's going on? Explain yourselves. Alright, so what I'm gonna do instead is, when Clip doesn't want to cooperate, we game the system. We can delete this line I just drew. What was the point? What was that point even? So, goodbye. And essentially what I'm gonna do is remake it, but already connected. Okay, essentially what I want to do here is have a little curl come out from I want the curls to like help with the tangent. So right now we have the collar and that goes up, and the hair kind of ends in the same place because essentially the color's skipping in it, so it makes sense that it ends there. At the same time, I don't want it to look like they're just connected because that's confusing to try and sort out. So I'm gonna try and figure out how to make this go over the collar and look nice. Around. Wait. I wish there were keybinds. I'm probably pretty sure that there are keybinds to switch between these, what do you call it? All the different kinds of control point, move point, add point, stuff like that. But I don't know them, so. Bulky probably like, it's so easy, just click this. And I'll sit there feeling like a silly goose. But it's fine. Let me turn up my music a little bit. Okay. Oh. Yeah, that one hair looks out of place. Let me see if I can split the line and then do it separately. Because I like how that one line looks. I don't want to mess with it. Yeah! Okay, how many moves did I make? Take a little dot in the middle of nowhere. There we go. There are too many lines. There's too many lines. Let's delete some of those. Because the more points you have, the harder it is to edit, because the more things there are to move. Essentially, which is why my rule of thumb is like, use as few as possible to get what you need done. Also, the more you have, the more likely it is that it'll be bumpy, which you also don't want. I think I should connect these two. Watch this. These two are gonna connect easy peasy. I swear. If they don't, I'm gonna. See, they connect. They weren't even like lined up. They like each other. Okay. Fine. Those lines just love each other. Yep. So it seems. Actually, what if I put just like in front of it, and I just split the line I just merged anyway, and have it go in like it's getting covered by that one girl. It's a little too close, but I think I like the concept. Okay. Anybody listen to Megaterra? I love them. That's what I'm listening to right now. Their voice is really strong. I had a thought. I was like, I hope one day people say that about my singing. Alright, these points kind of look a little messy. Smooth those out. Megaterra is an artist. The song I just listened to was called Oh Wow! That's literally the name of the song. I think I have a more favorite one, but this is a good song. I don't know what this is. I know the two characters individually what they mean, but I don't know what they mean together. There's the character for Moon, and then the character for Light. maybe moonlight. Kitani Tatsuya and Harumaki Gohan. Gecko. Oh, it sounds like gecko. But noted, I learned a word today. Thank you. Get as in like getsuyobi. How do you say isn't moon like tsuki? Hey, how are you? Good to see ya. Onyomi is getsu. Wait, what's an onyomi? I actually have not heard of that before, and I feel like it's a crucial part of language. Cool. Oh, is it like the single sound of a kanji? Onyomi? And Aster, you just woke up. What? Did you take a nap? Okay. Next thing I have to do is find all the parts where it still looks strange. Like this, actually, these two should be connected. I'm gonna delete that. One line here. Then connect. So let's see if these two love each other. They do! We're learning Japanese! Always a good time to learn Japanese. And Rio is definitely knowledgeable, and if we have questions, Mojiko probably knows a thing or two. He's like, Mochiko, we need help! Switch corner and turn that to a smooth. Going back to Japan. Ooh! I need practice buddies, so if anybody comes into VC and they want to practice Japanese, I'm actually I am down. I need people to practice with. So, that would be awesome. The thing is like, I kind of know what things mean in my head. And then when I try and say them, I get tripped up. So, actually having to force myself to, like, say them and practice, like, talking to another individual, who could go and talk about anything, you know, it's nerve-wracking, but it's an essential experience, because I'm gonna hopefully be going to Japan soon. I hope. But we'll see. I was gonna say, are these not connected? Kunyomi. That's how you say it when it's by itself, is kunyomi? Base pronunciation. So almost like for Monday, the onyomi is ge. But when you see it by itself, that's the... I forgot the second one. What is it? Kunyomi. The kunyomi of, like, getsu is... I forgot. But how you say moon, essentially, right? Sometimes use Japanese phrases in regular talking. そうですよね. On an interview. No! It's I feel like in Japanese, at least in anime, I'm not sure if they actually do it. I mean, I would but use it in just like English phrases in regular conversation. Tsuki. Oh, okay, I forgot how to say freaking moon. I can't believe this. I learned how to say, and I still remember how to say moon because of Demon Slayer. Tsuki ga kirei desu yo ne. She, I don't think she said desu yo ne. She said tsuki wa kirei desu. Desu ne? I'm not exactly 100% sure the exact phrase she said, but anyway, that stuck with me. So, that's how I remember that. The moon is lovely tonight, is kind of, right?
This line is too thick. I don't know what song this is, but this is jazzy. Let's practice Japanese. Yes! I'm so excited. I love. It's such a pretty language. Oh, you're gonna be going for it in August? August? Oh my gosh, it's so soon. Wait, did you say that last time? Okay. I was talking to the Project Illuminate peeps about, like, trying to get stuff ready. Like, I was messing around on Waterville trying to get things to work. And I was like, oh, I have a deadline. And they're like, oh, what's your deadline of when you want to get things to work? And I was like, October 10th! Y'all know what day that is, right? But anyway, I want to get it all working before then. And they're like, oh, that's in like 3 months. And I was like, shoot, you're right. Holy moly, I have no time. That came up way faster than I thought it would. Anyway, I got a lot to plan. And I don't even know if the one thing I had planned is gonna work. So I need to come up with something else special. I don't know what to do. Registration starts in mid-August. Oh. That's a long registration period. Everything is so soon. Why is time passing so quick? It needs to stop. Slow down. I have too many things to do and I'm running out of time. Like, art fight ends at the end of June. By the way, it's July, never mind. It ends July. That'd be bad if it ended June. But I'll be able to focus more on commission work and just generally improving things around the Hightailers Circle and yeah. Once art fight's over. I've been wanting to draw a circuit also for the longest time. I kind of drew circuit once before, kind of half seriously. But I wasn't really happy with how it came out, and so I've been really wanting to do this piece for a long time. And I want to draw circuit proper. And so far, this is the best thing I've ever done, so I'd say that works. Gotta add a control point in the middle for some curve. That's good. Just want to be absolutely satisfied with the line art before I transition to color, otherwise I'm gonna have to do more edits later. And then I'll have to recolor things, and then I'll get frustrated. And I don't want that. Look at this. What is this extra one doing here? Get out of here. Okay. It's better. Oh, what is this? You see this? Okay, so sometimes when you go from raster to vector, it, like, screws up. If you see this one strand of hair, I'm realizing you guys can barely see anything of what I'm talking about. This one strand over here, that didn't do what I wanted to. Crud! Okay. This has way too many points and it goes off where it shouldn't go off, so I need to split the line. Here. Come on. It's gonna be difficult. Come here. There? No. There we go. I have a lot to delete in there now because it's a bunch of super tiny lines. Oh, crap. I'll just drag that up. Need to hurry and do more attacks. Wait, Oscar, which team were you on again? Werewolves or vampires? If I have time, I might be able to do another attack, depending on what team you're on. There's a couple of other people that I've been meaning to draw. Is Joy in chat right now? May or may not want to draw Joy's character 6. I absolutely love them. Don't tell them I said that. I want it to be a surprise. Might still be lurking. Maybe. But hopefully tuned out for the moment being. What? Oh, whoa! Just disappeared. Maybe move this one like that. And then try connecting. There we go. Delete some. Actually, turn one to a corner and see where that brings me. Got yourself some breakfast, as you should what you get. Which corner? Turn that. No, not that one. This one. There we go. Maybe also. Yeah, 2 p.m. But you're breaking your fast. That makes sense. That checks out. Valid. Chicken and rice? Ooh. A very simple but a very satisfying meal. I love sometimes just like, anybody else have like a weird feeling in the morning sometimes where you don't want to eat anything unless it's like super simple? That might just be me. I have stomach issues, so my stomach gets mad at the weirdest things. So like eating in the morning can sometimes be hard for me, but generally, as long as it's light and simple, it's nice. Sometimes just crave buttered toast. Toast? Toast is surprisingly good. Just bread. You cook the bread until it's like charred and like not charred, but like cook the bread. And it's just weirdly satisfying. Don't tell Toasty. Then again, no, Toasty loves French toast. I thought that was hilarious. There. Make hash browns and nothing else. Cynthia, what? Those are super greasy. How do you do that? I would perish. Hash browns are good though. I just gotta pat them down super dry. And then ketchup. That's always good. Do y'all put anything on your hash browns? Oh, no, don't adjust the opacity. Line width. This is too thick. Those two aren't connected. What? There we go. Cool, there are one already. So I'm gonna adjust the line width. Cool. Something feels off. Whenever something feels off, guys, tip to turn the canvas. If it doesn't stick out to you when you turn the canvas, it's probably okay. Or it's just something so inherently wrong that you can't fix it or identify it simply by turning the canvas.
Ever heard of Sousei no Aquarium? Sousei. I recognize the word, but I don't remember what it means. I just have. It reminds me of Suisei Hoshimachi. So I'm thinking stars, but I'm probably not actually right on that. It's got a good. Wait, I think I know the one you're talking about. Is the opening you're talking about by Yoasobi? By chance, because I might have heard it. Mecha from 2009? Oh, okay, then probably not. The song I'm thinking of is relatively newer. An interesting Japanese fact? Oh, absolutely. Do tell, do tell. Anybody know the song I was humming? I love Shadow's House, so yeah, that was Riona. I think this is second season opening. I haven't watched the second season yet, but I'm very excited. Same one from Cowboy Bebop. Oh! I'm not a huge fan of Cowboy Bebop itself, but despite that, the opening slaps. So, good stuff. If it's the same artist, I have no doubt it's amazing. Gotta put this back the way it was. Is this Yoku-Yu? No, it's something else. It's good slow opening. It's playing for 17 seconds with barely any sound. Macross Frontier? Yeah, actually, despite being a VTuber and wanting to be a top VTuber and stuff like that, I actually don't really know a whole lot about VTubers and generally social media. But that aside, I realized that the cover I listened to sing, you know how I have my repertoire of songs? I always have the song play in my head, not my head, but in my headphones, so I can sing in tune, in key, on beat. And because King in particular is a high song, given that it's sung by a Vocaloid, I started looking at covers because I was having a hard time singing it at the same pitch that Gumi was. So I found this one cover and I stuck with it. I never really looked at the artist, and I never thought much of it. And then I started seeing, I don't know why I clicked on it, because I don't usually go down YouTube rabbit holes. but I saw a corporation ignored a VTuber. And imagine getting into a corporation and then, like, doing your best, and you're just getting kind of pushed to the side because another VTuber is kind of like their focus. It's like their moneymaker, and you're kind of just on the background. That hurts. And so I watched this video, and it was just Suisei's whole rise to fame. And it was just really inspiring. And, like, it's kind of part of the reason I work hard. It's not... I worked hard before then, so I don't want to really say, like, it's the main thing that, like, inspired me, but just understanding that there are so many people who struggles even after success, that, like, I've yet to even reach that point, and so I need to keep working really hard until I can get there. And even past there, always learning, always growing, looking for ways to do better. I saw she was able to do it. So if she can do it, then I can put in that same drive, and maybe I can get something like what she has, but what she's accomplished. One of the ways, say number 4, is shi, which sounds like the word for death. So they just won't have a 4th floor or ward. That is interesting. I did not know they went as far as that. But I know, for instance, like, age, you don't say, shisai, because that's, like, death age, kinda. You say yonsai, which is the alternative way of saying 4. So you don't have to say, death. I know also, like, is it time, yoppun, instead of shifun or something? I think it'd be shifun instead of shipun. Shipun? That it almost sounded like shippo, which is why I got excited. Anyway. But, yeah. I didn't know they went as far as to not have the 4th floor hospital ward, though. That's crazy. Suisei is one of your favorite... Oh, wait, not one of, is your favorite Hololive member. Her covers are, they are really good. After I saw that video and I realized, like, I was listening to her King cover the entire time, I started trying to look into her a little bit more. But I'm not usually good at, like, watching things. I feel bad whenever I just consume content. I need to make things. Avoid 42 because, the particle ni also sounds like number 2, ichi ni. So that makes sense too. That's interesting. It's so interesting, like, human psyche and the way that works. Simple language thing can, like, impact the way buildings are made. That's fascinating. Favorite song is Ghost, sung at karaoke in Japan. Ooh. I'll have to listen to that. I don't think I've heard her cover of that. I've only really heard, Planetarium, King, obviously, and a couple of, like, other smaller ones, I think, that I couldn't read the name of, or had really long names that I wasn't able to remember. But yeah. I think just because I understand, or, like, I resonate with her the most, I think she's my favorite as well. Maybe I should turn on the lighting and see if I can adjust the finger ever so slightly so I don't have to go into that layer and edit anything. Yeah. Sweet. Alright, time to turn it back off. Let me get rid of the other one though. Oh yeah, her cover of Phony is really good. I've heard that one. Oh, it's one of her original songs? Okay, I see. I'll bet it was good then.
So you have the lightning, and then the lightning glow. Alright, I think I'm ready to start coloring. I love coloring. I freaking love coloring. Alright, okay, there is one thing I do need to adjust though here, is this eye. I'm gonna split the line real quick. And let this eye kind of just take the shape of the head. Cool. Actually, should probably delete that point, because I only need one. Yeah! And then I'm gonna just be in line with. Why is there opacity? Just 'cause it's on top of each other? Anyway, I'm really proud of these eyes. At first I wasn't really satisfied with the shape, but this is much better. Check that out again. Crease here. Hololive fighting game. You're meaning Suicide? As you should. I didn't get to look into that, but that looked like a lot of fun. It's like Super Smash Bros, but Hololive. Mm. I should get rid of one of these. Get rid of the bottom one, actually. Mm. Mm. Crud, I'm using my mouse. I just realized that. Old habits die hard. Old habits. Okay, lightning going away for now. Away with thee. Alright. I think this line is the only one that looks slightly weird. Get off the mouse, get off the mouse. Old Davis Byhard. Oh, Bydard. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Our streams are so much fun. Anyway, I'm trying to think of really fun things to do on stream. And I've looked at suggestions online, but as a VTuber, some of the things that are suggested are not possible, or are really difficult, because if someone's like, oh, just put on a funny hat, as a VTuber is like, you have to design the mesh, you have to design the texture, you have to make sure you export as the correct file type, and make sure there's no hidden alpha or something that the program won't accept. It's so much, and then you have to set the key toggles and position it at the and then pair it to the bone and everything. So, guys, I'm gonna put on a silly hat now. Hours of work that went into that. Whereas, a flesh tuber will just stick on a funny hat. So it's hard. Hey, Liga, what's up? Oh, I gotta make sure I give you perms on Twitch. I'll do that. Remind me to do that after stream. I'll probably go on VC for a couple minutes. To test out more Warudo stuff. Oh, funny hats, pretty fitting. I believe that's this keybind. I have to memorize all the keybinds, and I mix them up so often that whenever I'm trying to remember like which one it is, I have a mini mental like scramble. It's crazy. Oh, y'all see this? Y'all see this? Oh man. Trying to find all the places looks relatively weird. Here, maybe I can adjust some stuff. I'm too lazy to fix, because technically this line should be hooked up to this line, but I'm not willing to. Oh, never mind. I'm gonna do it. Gonna switch the corner. And I'm gonna delete that point. And then move that one slightly closer. So nothing happened. Oh, I love this artist. Anybody listen to Pseudo? I love Pseudo. What song is this? This is Atashi. I don't know if they made also one named Princess, but that one was also good. Don't remember if that was Pseudo or not though. Did you guys know that this accessory actually is a titty object? There's no substance to the. Oh my gosh, you haven't heard them before? Real? My favorite song by Pseudo is something called Bakusho. I am in love with it. And then this one, Atashi has a similar vibe, but it's different. But I love both of them. But definitely, if you have not heard Pseudo before, look up Bakusho. Let me type the name in chat for you. Bakusho. I love this song. I'm gonna go listen to it and hum it. Bakusho. My favorite part of the song. Let me move that. No, let me move it. No, I don't want the cover. Give me Pseudo. Thank you. Did I spell it right? Yes, I did. Go. A lot of it's actually hard to hum, I realize. Oh, yeah. The spelling is kind of weird, but because usually the way it's spelled in English is actually the Japanese pronunciation of it, but yeah, it's Pseudo.
Like Senpon Sakura? It personally I don't see that. No. Maybe one aspect of the instruments used, but aside from that, there's not much I can think of. Come on, grab the line. Grab it. What? Why are you being like this? Disclaimer, there's a crazy laugh at the end of the song, so yeah, that's what I was mimicking. Mine was nowhere near as off-putting as the one in the song, but this is also split the wrong way. I'm gonna ignore it. It's just based off my hums? Okay, I see. My hums tend to sound different than the actual song, unfortunately. Wherever I go. Even when I sing, I feel like it sounds different. I'm working on that. Go back to the other one. Oh, let's make a completely different song. Okay. What song is this? Oh, Hachijo. Okay. What's the name of the song? Oh, it's just... I don't know how to read it. Too much kanji. And move this up slightly and then start on the color. I'll probably find a bajillion errors as I try and color this, but you know what? It's okay. It be what it be. I'm gonna use my drawing tablet for this, I swear. So there's the yellow here, 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 here. I'm not using a reference right now, by the way. Actually, I'm just doing this from memory. Here and here. Now I'm gonna go pull up the reference. And just make sure I have the right Okay. It's kind of crazy because also circus design changes from rendition to rendition depending on who drew it. So, just gonna try and keep things as consistent as possible across the board, but no guarantees. Okay. So yeah, we have the yellow here. We're gonna not hide that. We're gonna expand it by 1. And then fill. And then we're gonna make another layer called blue. I know, I'm so creative with my layer naming. And literally, it's blue almost everywhere throughout the jacket. I'm gonna remove this, actually. That actually is yellow, I forgot that. Here. There we go. Expand by 1. No, I did not see the yellow. I gotta open up this color folder, yoink the blue, add the color, and try again. There we go. Gonna go shower, come back and work on the Twitter video thing. Thanks, Rio. Enjoy the shower. Be cleansed. Oh, I forgot this area. Expand. Oh, I didn't get this area. I gotta up the sensitivity a little bit. Maybe the tolerance. And then here. Increase the size. Yoink this. There we go. That looks accurate. Alright, and then the gloves are a grayish color, I think. Actually, that the blue should not be this bright. Let me get my color wheel. I love working with this, this thing. So there's vibrance and stuff. So saturation's a little bit much. I'm going to take that down. And just the vibrance a little bit. So I'm going to color lock the layer. Alt delete to fill the layer. And now it's like that. Maybe that's a little too desaturated, so I'm actually... Alt delete. Nope. Where's my alt delete? There we go. Alright, that's better. Whenever you put really strong colors, it can really hurt eyes. Like, even though I'm going to be applying filters after this, I still don't like... I just don't like strong colors. Unless it's, like, for a particular reason. Alright, time to make a skin color layer. It's going to be on top of stuff. Okay. I think that's everything. Yep. And I'm going to actually increase by 3 pixels. And then pull out the skin color layer. Fill that in. Did not mean to crop it, just meant to deselect. Ooh, that was a little too much. So I'm gonna undo, and increase by 2. Let's try that. There we go, that's better. And then the eyes, gotta take away some of that fill. Where's my eraser? There it is. So what? Okay. So I gotta make sure my anti-aliasing's all the way up. I don't want pixely eraser. Nobody likes that. There we are. That's better. Yes. I love coloring.
I've actually also kind of discovered some kind of workflow for making eyes. Of course, this workflow doesn't work for my kind of eye, which is wonky and has patterns all over the place. So I gotta figure out another way to do that. But at this point, I am seriously considering asking somebody to just show me how to do it, or like, give me a PNG. Because I have just about had it trying to figure it out. I've tried so many times. I have a document of all of the times that I've tried, and there are so many layers. Don't even get me started. I believe also there's this small yellow part I need to fix near the bottom because it didn't reach all the way to the edge. Actually, don't like the song. Just give it. Everything is Vocaloid now. What? Like, I like Vocaloid, don't get me wrong, but I like every song. Oh, that's a shiny marble. Hi, Oculus! How are you? I want to listen to that one new song by Canaria. Demon Lord. Oh, this song is sad. I don't want to listen to this song. Shiny! Want to drop in and say hello before you run off to sleep? As you should, as you should. Thanks for dropping in! I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest. You at work tomorrow? Hopefully not. Good on you for being responsible nonetheless. Oh, I forgot. These parts. These parts have a little bit of skin. No work, yay! You still gotta get up. That's true. Unfortunately. I hate having to get up. It's so hard. Especially in the winter, when the heating doesn't kick in. Oh, man. You don't want... It's like, the blankets are your sanctuary. Oh my gosh, you gotta pull up the futon song. Do you know the futon song, Oculus? Please tell me you know the futon song. I will stop momentarily and sing you the futon song if you do not know it. It is so freaking catchy. If Rio was not in the shower right now, he would vouch for me. Anybody who's on Hyper knows that song. Alright, so that's done. I'm just gonna do the hair now. This brown color. The futon song. Oh my gosh! Yes! 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 We have a winner. You win the game. There was no game, but you still win. There we go. Oh, I gotta do a yellow part before I forget. Just this part needed to be expanded and just didn't expand for whatever reason. There we go. Okay, and then to the yellow layer, go into the color and pink it. It's a little bit. It's been a long time since you heard it. What? No way. When's the last time you heard it? Are we talking like days, months, years? So I want to change the line art color. Oh, that's right. Oh, it's way too dark. So cool. Maybe I can't do that yet, but I'll maybe change it later. It looks cool right now. Ish. I wanted brown. Whoa! Let's try that. The brown, no, wait, color layer, pose color layer rather. Here. Okay, now to magic wand. All of the areas close gap. Tolerance should be 7. Area scaling 4. Refer to multiple. Yep. And anti-aliasing, of course. For shift, okay. Last year? Oh man. Oh man. If you want to hear it again, a certain fox may or may not be able to sing the entire thing. Oh, wait, what emote is that? Let me see. That's really cute. If I'm awkward, yeah, maybe I am. I have to take a big sip of water cause, my throat is a teeny bit dry, so I will have to do that, but. You already hear my, I would say unprofessional, kind of scuffed singing, but people have told me not to say that. So if you wanna hear that, I will do my best to sing well. But I'm not a professional singer by any means, so the ads, yeah, I should probably wait for those to end. Thanks, Twitch! Thanks a lot! That's done. And then what song is this? Not that much. Yeah, one. I'm gonna just make templates for the eyes so I can clip the layers. There. Eyes. Are the ads gone? Are the ads gone? It was a dark and scary place. I bet it was. I am sorry for your loss. Okay. I'm gonna add pupils real quick, so while I sing a super scary circuit isn't terrorizing you. Just let me do that real quick. That's slightly bigger. The behind the skin layer, which I very nicely cut out already. Color. And then fill it. That actually looks really nice despite not having any pupils. Okay, fake pupils coming up. That's not dark enough, that looks creepy still. So creepy. There you go. Now super bright. There, not creepy. And then this has to be slightly darker actually. I need the eye whites. What's my other color? There we go. I'll lock this one. Okay. Then, isim. Okay. That still needs to be refined, but anyway. Okay, let me pull up the lyrics. It's been at least 4 or 5 months since I sang this song. So I just want to make sure I have the lyrics in front of me. I was gonna say, to any audience members who do not know, this song has death metal in it. So it's mixed in with like calm J-pop, so if you go listen to it on your own, just be aware of that. And then I'm also gonna I'm not gonna go death metal, but I still kind of try and voice act as best I can the different parts of the song. So prepare the idea. Okay, big sip. La. Hey Rupert, you're in time for the singing. Don't worry. It's okay. I'm not gonna yell at you. I should be in bed too. Okay. Mental prep done. I'm sorry, my heart rate just picked up a 20% faster.
布団の中から出たくない。トイレの方が来たらいいのに。布団の中から出たくない。布団の中にすべてあればいいのに。それでも行かなくちゃいけない。立ち上がれ。布団の中から。布団の中から出てない。寒い世界に立ち向かって。布団の中から出てない。布団の外は寒すぎるから。布団の中から出てない。布団の中は暖かすぎるから。朝、目が覚める。布団の中で起きる。布団のそべたにかばって、一日が始まる。一日終わったら、一日疲れたら、暖かい、柔らかい、布団が待っている。Oh my gosh, it's been so long. I messed up a couple times. I don't know if anybody noticed. We're gonna pretend it didn't happen. Oh my gosh. Oh, what's going on? What's going on in chat? We have a shiny marble. Thank you for the subs. Wait, how, what? Oh, Val, thank you for the sub. Amiga, thank you guys for the subs. Lots of cherry, thank you guys. Okay, Oculus, it's bedtime for you now. I'm glad you enjoyed. Such a good, so much fun. I love that song. It's probably weird because I had like the heavy metal guitar in my ears and y'all are just hearing me go crazy with the acapella. But anyway, let me go back here, back to drawing. I'm gonna be going till about 1 o'clock, so I still got a little bit of time. Comfy voice, oh my gosh. Okay. I get really nervous when I know I'm being recorded, so it was great on Hyper, because I knew I was live, so I knew people could hear me, but I had the reassurance that, people would hear it once and it'd be gone into the void forever, but on Twitch, things get recorded, so I'm actually, like, physically shaking, and you can probably hear it in my voice, and I hate it when it interrupts my singing, but when I get nervous, it impacts my singing. So I'm trying to get better at it. I'm trying to cope. But I'll get there slowly, hopefully, but yeah, I'm waiting for my hands to chill. Let me see if I pick up the pen, if you guys can see. You can't see my mouse, but if I try and draw a straight line. Yeah, that's kind of what my hand looks like right now. It's not letting me actually draw a line. Oh, it's because the layer is locked. Thank you for that, though. Thank you, Oculus. Oh, man. Okay, where's... I can just make a new layer. I want to control it one day. One day. Thank you. But I really do love singing. I just need to get better at it. And I need to be able to, like, calm down. Because y'all are awesome, and I feel like no one's gonna judge me, right? So it's fine. Even if I sing terribly. But yeah. I swear I sing better when I'm in the shower. My siblings will say, like, the whole house is asleep. Can you not, please? Midnight showers. That was a lot of fun. And in case there's people who don't usually come on stream on here, I have a whole repertoire. You guys can make me sing more often. So like, you can pick a song on the repertoire, and yeah, force me to get out of my comfort zone. Push yourself out of the comfort zone by singing. It's really important. Yeah, it's a challenge, and it's really satisfying when I do actually manage to do it. Like, and especially that song, because it has like a little bit of voice acting, and I absolutely love voice acting. So just being able to do what I love to do, in addition to like gaming and drawing, it's really cool. Save up for the karaoke redeem. Ooh. I hope it's on the table now. when I was putting together the rewards, I was like, I didn't know really what to put. I wanted to make sure that there would be stuff that you guys would like want to be here for, even if it's just like, oh, I'm gonna sit around in the back and lurk and get free marbles, even though I'm totally not paying attention or totally not even participating in the conversation. I just want the marbles. If any of the rewards make you feel inclined to do that, I've done my job. And that makes me very happy. Stacking shiny marbles too enticing. I'm really hoping that soon there will be something even more enticing. I'm going to try and put it on the Discord. You're in the Discord, right? I'll be in VC in like 10-ish minutes to show you guys Warudo, because there's a couple more things I wanted to try out before I went to sleep, because I'm only able to work on a lot of VTuber stuff, especially like model related stuff, when I'm on my PC at home. So I'm kind of mad because like I have so much I need to do, and like I can't do it if I'm not home, so I'll be like all stuck at work. Why did this get undone? I keep forgetting to press shift. I don't know why I need to press shift to add to this area, but guilty of the shiny marble. Well, actually, if the shiny marble is good, that's all Boki. So we got Boki to thank for the shiny marble. Oh, I got a gray? I think gray for this? Yeah, it's gray. So like here, I can try and do it by eye. Wait, it's a nice color. It's a little greenish though, isn't it? But if it's blue, to make it look nice, I should do like purple. Barely any saturation, so it's good. That's nice. Oh, and folks, I don't know if you know, but you can do stuff cool with the vector layer is you can set it to multiply. That basically did nothing, I realized, because I think the color is weird. Also a great team. I'm glad. Normally what the multiply is supposed to do is like calculate the underneath layer and do cool stuff, but it's not doing cool stuff. Like, if I do that, it's just gonna turn brown. Can I have like the multiply, please? Is it not gonna do any of these work? I don't think so. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy that real quick and show you what I mean. On raster. If I go to multiply on raster, it should work now. I'm gonna change this color. Change this color. Change the color! This brown color. And it's not doing anything. That's really strange. Add to the lullaby. The death metal. I'm gonna go into blankie mode. Good night, Oculus! Thanks for coming around and listening to me go off on singing and also just rambling. I hope to see you again soon. It's always a pleasure talking. Oh, no, why? The multiply isn't working! Rah! Okay, that kind of did something. I did like this. Oh, delete. I just got rid of it. Alt delete. There we go.
There we go, that's what I wanted. Maybe we can make it less saturated, that's better. No, that's not there. No, that's also the gray button. Alt delete. Just be darker. Yeah. Not that dark, actually. That. But, like, it looks cooler than this one, probably. Like, you have this, and then this. I like that a lot. I realize the eyes are not done. That's because they're separate. I'll probably make them darker than the rest. I'll take this color, probably. Okay, there's a wire on my mouse and it, like, lands just where my knee ends. And it's like, it feels like a fly or something, and it keeps bugging me out. Ha ha ha, get it? Because I thought it was a fly. Anyway. I just need to, like, get something to hold the wire up. Hey, I'm fuzzy! Spider! No, spider, no. Please, not today. Not today. I don't like spiders. They scare me. Trash this. And then change the color here on this one to this brown. And then on the other one. Ooh, that looks really good. There we go, and there we go. Cool. Can't wait to add lighting. Can't wait. Okay. So we have that, and then we have the lightning, which should actually be in front. Oh, I'll have to change that later. Because I want to make sure, like, you can see it affect, like, on the glove. You know? Ooh, wait, you can kind of see through here. Shift command here. Oh, no, shift command. I don't know how to get to the layer. If I put, it's muscle memory. Command shift. Command shift. Nope, I did not do it. Oh wait, maybe it did work. I don't know. Anyway. You go here and fill in this little area. That pen is huge. Let me just decrease it. Go. And all of these little corners. Oh, actually, when you do a multiply layer as a line art layer, you want to be careful to make sure that you fill in any spots below. Like, if I hide the paper real quick, you'll see all of this doesn't have anything behind it, because when I did the fill, it kind of just went around the lines. And while that's good for, like, majority of it, because you want the outside to, like, you know, not accidentally fill up, the rest of it, I'm not making much sense here, am I? When you fill the area, naturally you don't want it to go out here, but then all the little areas, like the ones I'm filling in now, don't get filled in. So when you do a multiply layer, which calculates the colors of the stuff below it, you'll notice that the actual color of the line changes when you don't have these areas filled in. So, like, every space below the lines should be filled in. Let me see if I can find a good example. Like here. Definitely want to make sure I fill these in. These are crucial parts that are actually on the outfit. And you'll probably see if I go like this. Okay, the line art is a little bit dark, so it's a little difficult to tell. But essentially, if I remove the line art, you'll be able to see all the little spaces where stuff does not exist. Like here, here, here. It's really clean, actually. You know those wallpapers of, like, the color blocking? That's kind of what this looks like right now. And, like, the more I fill in, the closer it looks to that. Maybe if it's a lighter color, it'd be easier to tell. Let me try that. Let's take this. And the current color. Make it lighter. Let me see if I go. Yeah. Oh, that's locked. That's why. But if I go like this, you can probably tell. Yeah, you can see it got slightly dark. It's not a very good example of this kind of line art, but anyway. Anyway, if anyone else wants to hear another song, I am always up to sing. I want to make sure like it's something to look forward to and not something just to expect. So I can surprise y'all. But if I'm in the mood, I can be convinced to sing without spending marbles. Oh, this is skin layer that's in the way. To erase it. It's not filling in. Why? It's black? It's okay. I can change it easy peasy. Is it the same color as your gloves? I don't know. In one of the references, I guess it's maybe the lighting, but I thought it was brown. My bad. Thank you. It's a good thing I work on separate layers. Let's try that. Ready? Boom. Doesn't look very good though. Let me change that. Oh no. So that looks gray. It's crazy how much 2% does. 13? No, wait, something's different. Here it's 2% then 22. Oh, 22, that's why. Try 15. No, the line art isn't dark enough to compensate. I'll do this and then make the gloves lighter. Put that at 30. Let's enable this hair instead of black. Sorry, brown. Oh, wait. Oh, nope, that's not the right one. What is this? Oh, it's because I didn't. Oh, crud! Okay, I did that on the wrong layer. So we're just gonna quickly take our lasso. Ah! Control 0. Yeah. Control X. Blue. Here. Merge. And that's all fixed. How did you get that to work? Like, your line art is, like, almost, like, exactly black, so I have to kind of bring everything up. In terms of, the value. The inside's yellow, right? Maybe that'll help. I'm gonna make a clipping layer. Figure out the parts I want to be yellow. Like there. And whoa. Tolerance. Area scaling maybe? What's up with that? Prefer multiple is on. Maybe this one should just be up. Whoops. Yeah, I think that was it. Okay. some parts of this only. The ahoge. Is also no. Oh, that looks sick. Okay. Okay, that definitely helps in determining where things are. The more yellow I add, the more easy it will be to discern that. I don't want to abuse it though. I'm using my mouse again. Grah! I'm trying to break the habit, I swear. No, don't cut the layer. Okay. Yes. It's a delicate balance between being too much and not being enough. Ah, not on the eyebrow! I can just delete it later. Oh, Piglin Arts! Wait, is it a Minecraft reference? Thank you for the follow! How you doing? What's up? I gotta change the song. This song I know? No? No, okay, let me find a good song. Never mind, this is a good song. I forgot what it was until it actually started playing, like, the main part of it. Let's go here. See how far... I want to include as much yellow as possible because I love how it looks. But at the same time, like, I don't want to, like I said before, abuse it. So I'm just trying to find out. Yes. Yes! How much I can get away with. Cool. Oh, done with shower, now bedtime? Already, Rio. Sleep well. Thanks for popping by. It's a nice conversation. I hope to practice Japanese with you soon. Yes! Dun, dun. Oh, I love the yellow underneath so much. It's not even funny. Amazing, amazing design style choice. I love. It's gonna make distinguishing from the black line art so much easier as well. So it's like functional too. Actually, I'm gonna do that and then erase. I wanna listen to something I can hum. Dang it. Don't cut the layer. I keep hitting Control X instead of Control Z. Which one was the drawing tablet? This is Mouse. I'm sorry. Oh, by the way, though, this piece is entirely done on trackpad. Entirely. Some. It's not like I don't like drawing on the drawing tablet, but like I'm pretty capable on trackpad, so it's just a lot to get used to. Funny thing is also I really started trackpad drawing when I one time forgot my drawing tablet, and I've always struggled to draw on this. So when I actually started drawing on trackpad when I didn't have it to like work on, I discovered I can still do stuff pretty well. So. Oh crap! Wait. Oh, it's the eraser. This is an underneath hair. I don't want that to move into the yellow part though. This whole thing should be yellow though. Should make them two different yellows in that case. I forgot a blue part! No! Okay, let me fill that in real quick. No, it's not yellow! No, no, no! Blue, blue! I wonder if we should add it. Okay, I'm gonna add it on the lords. Like here. And the airways. Not that much. There we go. Wonderful, okay. I like that. I wonder if I should border it on the bottom here. Ooh, I kind of like that. Maybe just put random highlights in too, because that could look cool, right? Just where it makes sense. Like here, distinguish between the eyebrow. You know? I said I wasn't gonna abuse it, and now look at me. Oh, that's not good. Gotta add some blue there. Noted. many art fighters in chat right now? Oculus never answered my question either. I don't know what team they're on. Should probably put. Yeah. Maybe here. Huh? Favorite attack I've done this year? That I've done? This is. I feel really bad, but this is my first like attack. I really want this to be like the first thing I post. I don't think the other person that I made art for knows that this exists yet. Unless they're secretly lurking in my stream. Which I doubt because I was late today and stuff, so it was like even if they were trying to look for me. Anyway. But this I've been meaning to do for Circuit for a while, so I am very excited. As the person who introduced me to Art Fight, I'm very excited to attack. Piglin, what kind of stuff do you like to do? Do you like fantasy type characters? Are you doing Art Fight? So is this? I circularize this? Okay. Yes, it does. Cool. Oops, that's the eraser. Oh wait, maybe I should have some medium anti-aliasing. Just looks a little too fuzzy. Like humanoids? Vigilante OCs? Mostly women. Don't like drawing men. Honestly, I also struggle in drawing men, and trying to draw Circuit's eyes is a little bit harder because typically, I draw female eyes, but Circuit's design is more like the male eyes. So I tried to do that, and it was hard, but I think I did it. Vampire Aid! Dual vampires, let's go! How many attacks have you done? We go crazy. Go team vampires. That's a eraser. 19? What the fudge? How? This has taken me weeks. I've been at this for weeks. Oh my gosh. You are incredibly prolific. I could never. That is a lot of art. Honestly, the people who can sketch things in like 0.5 seconds are absolutely incredible. Working on number 20? Holy moly, you are a serious art fighter then. I'm glad to be on the same team. I love the idea of like encouraging people to like draw people's OCs because it's like such a nice feeling when you get your OC drawn. It's like somebody liked my character enough that they went and they spent time and effort making art of my characters. That's a really nice feeling. And the whole exchange, I love it so much. The whole concept is wonderful. And oh, I was gonna say, do we freeze? No, it's fine. What kind of pen is that? Okay. There we go. It's like turned all grainy. More simple? Oh, I see. But still, art is art. And the fact that you touched 19 different people with that, I'm sure they appreciated it. Oh. Maybe this one? Here. Perhaps. I don't know how this is gonna work out. Yeah, I kind of don't like that one. Ah! As much. Maybe the end, I keep it, and then towards the back, that's where I taper it off. So I'm struggling with the indecision again. I also said I would head off at 1 o'clock, and I am almost 30 minutes past. In about 8 minutes, I will head off. And then if anyone wants to join me in the Discord, I will be temporarily allowing some pretty cool redeems to be, redeemed at, singular doubloon. So y'all can spam them and help me test things out. But I'm very excited to get that program up and running because hopefully I'll be able to do custom animation and hold a microphone and stuff like that. And I'm hoping to have another model by my birthday, which is, for those of you who don't know, on October 10th. We'll see how that goes though, because my modeler is very busy. And also kind of reluctant volunteer to do that, even though they're getting very well compensated. So anyway, I do what I can, but everybody's so busy. I should not have those end off in the same place. That's better. So that needs more of a transition to the thinness. Okay, I really like how that looks. I'm gonna change the gloves back to the same color. Is that? No, it's not. So I'm just gonna call this layer gloves, actually. So I don't keep losing it. There we go. I need to fix... Ah! I hate it when the white shows through. That bothers the heck out of me. But low-key, when I'm between AMLs and at work tomorrow, I will be coloring with trackpad discreetly in my office corner. I think I'm also gonna do more detail on the eyes. That's like temporary eyes right now. Placeholders. I'm gonna make them nice and deep. What I'm gonna do actually is make a flat version. Just literally draw out an oval, not even do any of the transformations to make them go on the side. And just design it the way I want it. And then what I'll do is I will clip it to the layer I have right now set for the eyes, so that way it'll maintain the shape but it'll go right over. Be nice and convenient, and then I'll warp it to my liking. Less work, working smarter, not harder. Good because art burnout is so bad. Right, Bill? I fuse here. I also really want to be able to multiply the line art layer to the color layers below, so that way it'll be influenced by the color. But that means I need to color underneath every portion of the line, and I can't quite see where that is right now, so it's gonna be a little difficult. But we gotta do. So crud. Zoom in more. Oh. Ruby, what's up? Before I go root beer, what are you gonna explain? You got pasta? Tell me you have pasta. I think I gotta delete this. Hair erase. That's not the hair. That's the hair. I gotta go to this layer, the blue layer, and collect this color. You don't have any pasta, but you lost your Genshin blanket. How'd you lose your Genshin blanket? Did you take it out of the house? You take it out of the house, you silly goose. Should be careful, it's a Genshin blanket. You can't lose that. Let me hide the line art layer real quick and see how much I can. Button. Oh, it just went kaboom. What, did Klee do something? Dokan, you know? Dokan to you. It's just gone. But try and think of the last place you had it and retrace your steps. You'll find it eventually, don't panic. If it didn't leave the house, it'll be around somewhere. Maybe if you have a sibling, maybe your sibling stole it. Go check with them. Do that. There we go. Okay, that should also be blue. Wait, should it be that far up? No. It should be there. Sibling, they don't like Genshin, but they do use the blanket. Maybe you know where your blanket went then. Play that. Blanket is blanket. Indeed, Piglin. Learned your lesson of bad sleep? Oh my god. It's about time. It's about time. So, you're not gonna be, staying up too late, right? Right? It's been read. Oh, no. Be careful. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. Yeah. That sounds like maybe pink eye. Make sure your eye isn't infected. If it is infected, you want to make sure that you take medication for it, because infections are very serious. So, get ahead of the game, Not pink eye? Be sure, okay? It's more red than pink. I see. Just double check, make sure it's not some sort of infection, okay? Be safe, Rupier. This layer. this one. That's blue. I gotta be nice. There are so many cool people in the room. Sleepy Lurk, alrighty, Repair. Unfortunately, you're not gonna be able to Sleepy Lurk for long because I am going sleepy soon. Is that a... I got a fruit fly. Alright, there's been a mosquito around my room, so like, it's been hard for me to sleep because I've been paranoid about it biting me, and I have woken up with lots of bites, and then they bothered me at work, so I was like really excited because I thought that fruit fly was the mosquito and I finally got it, but no. I don't even know if it's still in my room. Bye-bye, Repair. For now. That's really nice. And I can put the background back. The blanket is your favorite? Oh, I see. No, I have faith you'll find it, so don't freak out. I move this up to my color folder. Bam! Okay, and then I have to move. Ooh. I just have to move the eyes. And then the glow I have to move. Like there. And then where's the shine? Where is the shine? I used to have a little shine layer. Come on. You'll find it, but later. I have faith in you, Ricky. You'll find it. I don't know where my little shine things are. I'm kind of mad about that, but if you would it be? Ah, wrong layer. Let me move those. This is kind of the idea of what I was saying before, that I would design the eyes. I'll design them better than this. And then clip them to the underneath, like this. Just gonna adjust the other one real quick as well. Like that. Yeah. Gotta mesh transform it a little bit, actually. There we go. And the glow is still in the wrong place. There we go. Alright, that's kind of the gist. Wait, I'll show you one more thing. If I copy the back, do a little something called filter and then Gaussian blur, you'll see the back design kind of looking a little funky. I don't want it to be too far away. So like that much. And then I do add glow. You must sleep. Yes, yes, get lots of rest, root beer. Feel better, bye-bye. There we go. I had another idea. What if I can't rasterize it? Can I do a selection from the layer? selects the whole thing. That's very interesting. Huh, okay. Selection from layer, create selection, select outside, and then unclip this, and then delete the outside, and then, because I need the layer to not be clipped or locked, we do filter, blur, and then the Gaussian, Gaussian blur. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur. We do a little bit. And then add glow. I love making things glow. That one I don't like so much actually. It's probably because of the black. Maybe if I just use a different color, that'll make it better. If I use this color? No, it's still not right. What would make this better? Something doesn't look right. Maybe if I just do add? No. Lighten? No. Glow dodge? No. Huh. Maybe if I bring it. Oh, wait! There we go. The glow can't be inside the darkness. And then what I gotta do here, this is a little too bright, so I'm just gonna take it down a little bit. I want to figure out what color the light is. Make the hair the same color if it's not already. And then the lightning glow is at 100%. Huh. That's good. Maybe I should make it fade out at the top. That's great. Maybe it's too much glow. I like making things glow, but maybe it's a little too much. That's my reference. Ignore that. Wait, can you even see that on stream? Nope. Okay. Interesting. Maybe a little bit. Maybe I'll just put that back and make it really low. Nobody will notice, right? Right? Make the darkness even darker. Should I make this background dark? Wait, you know what would add to this? If I make this, like, really dark, and then I go on the bottom with a big brush, like if I take this brush, right, and make it super big, not that big, like this big, right, and like a slanted gradient, and then J for blur, also make the blur brush really big, like this big. I think it's too high actually. Pen. X. Whoa, not bad. Like, that looks cool, right? You know what's better though, actually? Let me do the magic wand, or for only to editing layer. Command C, Command undo, 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 undo. Put it on top of the vignette. That way when I go and blur it again, it looks the same, except what I can do now is put it here. Yeah? And then I can add it like up here. Wait, put it back. And just add it on all the corners. Or like where the lightning is weakest. There. And then set the opacity to roughly just a noticeable amount, but not too much. I don't want to hide this hand though. There you go. Now I can up it. Yeah! And now I can mess with the background as much as I want. I can make it super dark. And this I can increase. I think I like that. That's 10 minutes past and I said I would end. So, I'm gonna end now. Alrighty. Let me end stream. So guys, I'm really satisfied with how this is turning out. I'm very happy. Thank you guys. There's a couple people who subbed. We had a couple of new people come in. A couple other regulars come in. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Thank you for sitting through my singing. Next stream, my next scheduled stream is tomorrow. I'm hoping to have Warudo up and running soon, but a lot of the stuff isn't gonna work with it, so I'm gonna see how much of it I can get working before I try that. I'm a little too tired, so we're not gonna read anybody, maybe another time. But yeah, y'all know the joke from here. So next stream is tomorrow, but till then, stay awesome, pervade the positive chaos, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.